Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we have a new unboxing. Now this isn't something that I've ordered. If I'm correct, I believe this is a giveaway balisong that I have won, which would be pretty cool, especially for what's coming up in the future. In terms of, the content on the channel, I guess it would be cool to have one of these for comparison. And yeah, sorry about the changing camera quality. I'm using a different device for today, because I feel like I need to get this video out, and my phone is low on battery. So yeah, doing this without doxing myself is always the challenge. Or just without, broadcasting my address absolutely everywhere on YouTube. But anyways, here is a, nameless cardboard box. I believe this is the slits to open. This is where having a nice thin blade would be nice. But my serif is not in arm's reach. There we go. So I believe is all we need. So open it up. Okay, it's something from Baliplus. Why Baliplus? Another one of these pouches. I would say these pouches are useful, but they're more just nice to have, more so than useful. So yeah, there is that. And in here we have, oh, look at that. So you may already know what it is. Let's check out what else you get in here, though. You get, obviously, the Evod ring. You get a Squid Industries pouch. You get a box of spare hardwares, which this looks like glued stainless hardware. Oh, it's T8. Really? It's T8? That's tragic. I've not had a T8 Bali in a long time. But yeah, here it is basically. This is the V3 Baliplus Tsunami. There is also now the V4, which will be on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. And I will be comparing the V3, the V4, and the armed shark. So yeah, we'll quickly take a look at that. But yeah, let's take a look at this V3 Baliplus Tsunami. Right off the bat, what do I think? I mean, that looks like a huge channel gap, right? Looks like it. No, yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to look like, which is kind of cool. It does look nice. At the bottom here, it looks nice. First impressions, just from feeling it, the milling is pretty subtle. It's nothing crazy. Tolerances. Oh wow. There is no tap. There's your play. Here is the blade. It's just a ground blade here. A blank back. Is this thing pretty? I don't know. This was the original Tsunami clone. So I guess let's just take a little... Whoa. Flip. Okay, I didn't actually expect this to be good. I kind of expected this to be kind of rubbish. But, like, low-key. Okay, is it better than, like, the Arm Shark or something? No, it's definitely heavier. I feel like it probably has the weights in the end. Maybe that's why it feels, like, really crazy, really cracked. I don't think I'm going to take this apart, though. I think I'll just oil it and just have it as it is. The swing seems pretty good on it. It feels like the channel is really, really thick, which is like a nice, reassuring feeling. And I mean, yeah, you can see there, see that big gap there in between the channel, which is a bit sad. I'll see if I can tighten it up. Let's take a look. One-handed balisong maintenance, guys. Oh wow. Wait a second. No, it's got to be T8, right? Don't tell me that the screwdriver they give you doesn't fit. No, it does fit. Okay, that's tight. That seems tight. That also seems tight. I guess that does as well. So I guess it's not a thing that is fixable. I think that's just a warping just from the machining process, which I understand because it's actually very difficult to get a Chamwich balisong Yeah, so this was like the first Chenwich clone, you could say. Am I an endorser of this guy? Probably. I think if you get a good deal on it, like, go for it. But otherwise, it's good, but it's not really anything special. You know, that's the one thing that I'm realizing. What's the balance? It feels kind of handled by a C neutral. Yeah, it's got a lot of handle weight. It does do tricks really nicely. Definitely will need a dulling, because this thing, if it's like the other Baliplus products, this thing's going to be unsightly in terms of sharpness. It sounds pretty decent though. Like, it actually sounds alright. I have my very much botched at the moment Shark Tsunami. Yeah, this bushing somehow just got smaller and is like now it's crap. But here it is compared to the Armed Shark with the DI blade. You can see the rounding is nowhere near, it's much blockier. The blade is also just fatter. It looks more like the Titus blade, to be honest. If I had to say what it looks like, yeah, it kind of looks like just the Titus Tsunami, to be fair. Perhaps Titus is Baliplus, just more budget. But I mean, the Balisong itself is comfortable, so I think if you have one of these, you'll be more than happy with it. I think if you've never experienced one of these guys, you won't really know what you're missing, which I guess is kind of good. Dude, I need to loosen this so I can actually flip it. It's very frustrating. I've just been trying to get a good tune on it, and then all of a sudden today I find out like this one bushing is like thinner than I remember. There you go, that's a bit better. Oh, it's still not even better. And this is like properly loose, and like, look at this. It says, look at this, as it's no tap. Anyways. Like this is much better. You know. Ignore this, like how it's like that. But this does flip really well. But this is also... This feels much more... I don't want to say well put together. But it kind of does feel a bit better put together. So this actually has me excited for the new Baliplus Tsunami, because it's supposed to be like 1-to-1 with this guy, which I'm going to have to sort out this guy's bushing because it's really frustrating me. Look who's in for a nice weekend of sanding. Yeah, I'll get it down to like the right side. But this, I'm actually very curious to compare the changes between the V3, the V4, which is hopefully on its way soon, and then the Armed Shark. Because, you know, I'll have the 3 main Tsunami clones out at the moment, well, I'll have had experience with all the Tsunami clones out at the moment. Now technically I can say I have experience with all the Tsunami clones. If I were to rank them, if you want a live blade, this has best flipping performance. I'd say this is probably the best flipper, the Armed Shark, followed by the One. However, the One takes the cake as the best one in terms of live blade flipping, just because the tolerances are usually more consistent on them, and usually you can tune them to be nice and cracked, whereas this has been a real pain in the ass. Excuse me. And also, the worst part is this is like, I say the worst part, but like this is really good blade steel, which makes it an absolute nightmare to work on. But this has really, really pretty hardware. Like, I mean, look at that. I love the blue and silver. This is like a matte-ish finish. It's kind of just like a satin. It looks much shinier on camera than it is in real life. In real life, it's more like a... Actually, I'm not really sure. It almost looks like aluminium. I can feel it's titanium, like the weight is... Oh, and it could be titanium. But yeah. This Balisong will probably end up getting sold eventually. I mean, I really like it. Although I'm in a bit of a financial pickle at the moment, so I'm actually very glad that I won this guy. And so yeah, I might be selling it for a good price, you know. I want to keep it as mint as possible. I mean, it's got good tolerance. Well, I say that as... After some flipping... Oh, no tap. And I'll make sure that everything's like nicely tightened down. I'm going to try not to take this apart if I can avoid it. Although I think... Because I didn't notice them in here, yeah, it doesn't have the weight pins here, which makes me believe that all 3 weight pins are in, which would make sense as to why it flips so substantially, and so, you know, how it feels, how it does, you know, the ice pick performance. But no, this is actually quite a nice barrel song overall. First impressions are overall quite positive. Squarish handles, they're quite blocky, but I do think people blow out of proportion how good this is. Apparently this on replicant hardware is really, really good. I'm going to check out how, like, look how wide those blades are. Let me actually grab some calipers, because what would be awesome is if this blade was like slightly thinner. So we have this blade at a wonderful, I think it's like 2.81 or something, right, millimeters thick. So let's grab this guy here. Let's just take a quick measurement. 3.15, 3.13. Is that even zeroed? Well, roughly. But basically, I think that just means these aren't at like 3.5 mil, which is nice, because I think this should hopefully be much quicker to sand down, as long as it fits in this blade. So I'll probably just end up using one of these bushings and swapping back in a bushing that I know will fit, will just be much more oversized. But overall, if this is your Gorilla Barrel song, I mean, go for it. Let me know if you want to see this customized, like an anodization or something on here. I think it could look really cool. I'm not sure about the screws. Maybe I would make them silver. But, you know, let me know what you'd think, because we could have like a, you know, we could acid wash the blade, but I mean just more of like a colour on the handles. It could look quite cool. And yeah, you could have a custom mod job. But yeah, this looks really, really cool. I mean, it's the, I guess it's kind of exciting since the Baliplus V4 is coming out, or, you know, it's being shipped out now to people. It's nice to, this is quite bouncy, like, dude, this is kind of crazy. This is pretty bloody good. I just need some proper oil in it, and then you can hear the pins inside, I think. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but yeah, overall, this thing, really, really cool. Do I recommend it? There are better options out there at the market, but if you want, like, something that's kind of decent, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, it's better than their Krakens. It is probably, yeah, the nicest Baliplus product I've felt so far. It has me both encouraged and worried for their V4 Tsunami, because obviously it should be more like this in terms of feel, and I believe the weight is also the same. I've seen the comparison between the Arm Shark, and they look identical. Like, the handle dimensions are more or less identical. And so it's quite exciting to have potentially like a second really, really good Tsunami. With the milling lines as well. The new one has the milling lines, which you can, oh wow, you can see really well here. That's amazing. I wish, oh yeah, they are quite visible actually. But yeah, that's the DI one. Update, once I get this sorted out, the tune wise, you'll get an update on this. But yeah, this guy really, really has surprised me. I expected it to be rubbish, right? I expected it to be kind of like the V1, not the V1, like the 6061 Krakens. And to a certain extent, it kind of is, if you compare it to like this, or the new Baliplus 1-to-1 Krakens. It's kind of like, it's not really the same, it's really boxy. The milling is actually quite nice, it's quite comfortable. I wouldn't say this barrel song is soft, but it's also not hard. I would say this barrel song feels harder. Like, the corners are not sharper, but they feel harder. For those of you who've handled high-end titanium barrel songs, you'll know, like, you get a certain sense of softness to the milling on them, usually, at least by American makers, which is, you know, quite comfortable. I would say this has a sense of it. It's softer, but also could just because the milling goes around the corner, as you can see. But overall, really, really cool barrel song. Will I be flipping it a lot? I'll probably flip it quite a bit, not a ton, enough to get a review out on this guy whilst we wait for the V4 to arrive to my house. But yeah, really, really exciting stuff. I'm hoping that the blade is good and flat. And yeah, one thing I don't understand though, Baliplus, Why do you use like bronze washers or like brass washers? Like what is up with that? Like come on, man. Like Baliplus, it's time to level up your game. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this very long unboxing video. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. Let me know how it goes. Consider becoming a channel member. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.